Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mr. Riley here, and I have another tech tip for teachers. So, teachers, I have a question for you. How do you communicate to your parents what you're actually teaching their children? I have a tip for you, something you might want to use, but you have to come back after this intro on this 15th day of Vlogmas. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back. And so I have another technology tip for teachers, and it relates to how you communicate what you're actually teaching the students in your classroom. And so what I've done is I actually create like a small Google slide deck that really targets the parents and informs them of what I'm going to teach in my classroom. And so I think as educators, we can be really transparent, especially during this COVID time, and just really inform our parents what we're actually going over, and so that way they can know what to expect, what their child can expect as it relates to the classwork and the things and activities that are going to be done in the virtual classroom during that particular week. So here's what I've done. So teachers, you already create a slide deck, and so why not just incorporate some of those slides into a week at a glance like I've done. And so let me just show you what I've done, and we'll go here to my slide deck here. And so I always have a welcome at the beginning of my class just to welcome my students. And so in the same way, I'm sharing this welcome screen with my parents. And so we're just welcoming the parents and the families to the classroom. And then, for me, because I teach a pre-K, I have a welcome song. And so I'm just greeting my students with this welcome song. Allows them to kind of get up and move around just a little bit. And then I have a slide that asks or tells the parents and the families the question of the week. So for this particular week, how do people make clothes? And so I have my breakout assignments. I have a small activity that relates to counting. And so again, in preschool, I'm just trying to teach my kids how to simply count up to 5, or maybe identify shapes and colors. And so in this particular week, we're dealing with clothes. And so we're talking about zippers and buttons, maybe socks and shoes, just being able to match by color. And then also I'm giving insight into what I'm going to read, what story I'm going to read. So the read aloud story for this week is Button, Button, Who's Got the Button? And then this particular story, we're talking about, of course, buttons. We're talking about latches, buckles, toggles, and we're also talking about zippers. And it's a number book, so we're also counting as well. Also, again, I'm trying to help my students learn just the simple things, shapes. And so on this intentional teaching card, we're trying to help the students learn how to identify shapes. And so we're talking about a rectangle. We're talking about what a circle looks like. I know on your screen it looks like an oval, but it's actually a circle. And we're also talking about what some of these what these shapes look like in real life. And so in this particular case, can you guess the shape that we will be discussing as it relates to this particular slide? Yes, you guessed it, squares. And so trying to help my students understand that squares appear in our everyday lives. And then we're also, because we're talking about our clothes unit, we're also dressing the bear. And so if I was not in presentation mode, I would go ahead and have these particular pieces of clothing. I would be able to drag these clothing items over the bear and dress. And so also, not only are we dressing, but again, we're trying to identify the different colors. So maybe the red shorts, the green shirt, the purple jacket, the pink shirt. And so again, just trying to help the kids understand that yes, they wear different kinds of clothes. And so what better way to explore clothes than to dress a fake teddy bear during our COVID type of distance teaching and learning. And then we're also incorporating music and movement. And so in this particular video, it's to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. So like if you're happy and you know it, or if you're wearing a red shirt, clap your hands. If you're wearing blue shorts, clap your hands, things of that nature. So that's a wonderful song. And then also, and this is my final slide for my parents in my week at a glance. I always close out my instructional day just telling my parents that we'll see them tomorrow. And so again, I teach preschool, and my students aren't able to access the technology by themselves. We have to have the assistance of the adults. And so just telling them, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, I have myself on the screen as a Bitmoji icon. I have Mr. P, I have Miss Erica, Miss America, and Miss Pat. They're all the adults in my classroom. So hey parents, that's it. That's all. I just wanted to share. That's a great way to make a school home connection. You can either make a slide deck and send that over to the parents as a presentation in either Class Dojo, or maybe even post it on their on your Schoology homepage. Or if you want to really get high tech, create like a small iMovie and put some music underneath and just kind of make it like a little small presentation. Especially those of you, if you have your own YouTube channels where you're already doing things like this. Yeah, I know it's something extra to do, but we have to do what we can so that we can make a good school to home, school to parent connection during this pandemic. And so I think this is a good way for you to make a connection and share information with your parents. All right, that's all I have. I just want to say, go ahead and do me a favor, hit the like button if you like what I said, make a comment, and then, you know, it'd be great if you could step up your notification game and click that bell, and that way you'll be notified anytime I drop a video. Okay, you guys be safe out there. Mr. Riley is out. Yeah, that's it. Peace out. Bye.